So how many of you have suffered from stress at some point in your life? That feeling that things are just out of control. You might be overwhelmed with work or have a poor relationship with your employer, your children, or maybe even your significant other. Things are just not going your way. We've all been there. Here's what I'd like you to consider. The world is moving all around us. Situations are occurring, relationships are evolving all the time. It's not the situations or circumstances that are occurring around us that create stress that we feel. In fact, what actually creates the stress we feel is what happens when we take the situation into our head. It's the stories we tell ourselves about the situation, relationship, or circumstances that creates the problem. So what are the conversations you are having with yourself in your head, and how do those conversations affect you? And by the way, who is that person that you're communicating with up there? I refer to this voice as my roommate, or also known as my ego. But regardless of what you call it, it's those conversations that you have with your roommate that turn a situation or a relationship into stress. And we know that stress does not stay in our head very long. It moves throughout the body, and it results in the production of additional hormones, which can have all kinds of negative impacts on our physical body. We don't have time today to go into the details about the impacts of stress, because what I really want to explore is the types of conversations you're having with your roommate, and how many of those conversations with your roommate are positive, and how many of them are negative. How many of them make you feel good and they move you forward? How many of those conversations hold you back and don't make you feel good at all? Are the majority of your thoughts in your head positive and make you feel great, or are they negative and make you feel bad? The thoughts and conversations we have in our head with our roommate or ego have a direct impact on how we feel. And our feelings, they create emotions. Our emotions result in a certain behavior. Our behaviors create actions, and of course, our actions create outcomes. All of the dots connect all the way from feelings to the outcomes we get. I call this model the pathway to well-being, and I believe that every one of us has control over what we think about and the resulting feelings that those thoughts produce. The problem is that many of us are on autopilot. We are unconsciously just reacting to the thoughts. We let them run away, and we react to life situations without being aware of the thoughts that are running through our head in the background. Spiritually aligned leadership is about becoming more conscious, deliberate in everything that we do, and most importantly, monitoring the conversations we have with our ego or roommate and the resulting feelings that they create. The model has helped hundreds of people remember that what we think about, and more importantly, how we feel, ultimately affects the results we get. And remember, when you lead yourself, the rest will follow.